तेरी अमृत वाणी सुनाए, कोयल सा मधुर गीत। तेरी अमृत वाणी सुनाए, कोयल सा मधुर गीत। सुन सुन तेरी वाणी, मस्तक झुकाए हर प्राणी। देवलोक पुष्प बरसाए, लगता है सदा हर पल बाबा तू है अपने पास। लगता है सदा हर पल बाबा तू है अपने पास। लगता है सदा।
Om Shanti. Good morning. So we'll just start with this image itself. The image has a question in it, how to maintain the avyakt stage. And you might have already received a few answers from Baba, that because all of us are trying to make this effort, because all of us are striving hard to reach the avyakt stage. And then also you can see in this picture that, there's a father and the child. You might have different perceptions of looking at it, but then you might look at the child very fearless, very, what shall I say, fearless faith. He has faith that, my father is standing next to me. So today's Murli is actually an answer to this question, that how to maintain the avyakt stage. In today's Murli, Baba has shared a very easy yet very subtle way of remembrance, of remembering the Father. And Baba says that use your intellect and be always in front of the Father, just as you can see in the image. And then Baba mentioned that with your intellect, you can be absolutely close to Baba. And that itself will help you maintain the avyakt stage. This is easy, but very subtle, right? Further, Baba mentions about all the benefits that we children can experience while just being in front of the Almighty Father. Baba further speaks about three things: faith in the Father, faith in knowledge, and then the intoxication that you get from the faith that you have, and fearlessness. Baba has also underlined the fact that either you children are in the day or you are in night. That means either there is light or there is darkness. Both cannot be there together. So similarly, Baba says either you are in front of the Father or you are in front of Maya. So let us read the Murli together. The date of the Murli is 27th May 1972. The title of the Murli is Turn Away from Ravana and Be in Front of the Father. All of you who are sitting here, can the stage of all of you be called the elevated stage or the avyakt stage? Is everyone's stage at the present time avyakt? Or is there someone who is even now stabilized in the corporeal stage? Hmm? If anyone is sitting in the corporeal stage, he will not be able to celebrate the avyakt meeting or even imbibe the avyakt words. Baba says if you are in the corporeal consciousness, if you are in the vyakt stage, then you might not be able to celebrate the avyakt meeting. Why is it so? Because a very simple example, of while if we wish to listen to a song being played on a radio channel, we need to turn to that frequency. Also, if we are here in the Zoom class, that means we've joined using a link. There has to be a proper time. Otherwise, you will not be able to hear anything. And there has to be a proper channel. There's a link that you click on and then you can join the Zoom ID so that we are here and you can listen. We all can listen, right? Whatever is being shared, we can see. So we need to tune ourselves to Baba's frequency to understand what is he trying to say. So Baba further says, are you stabilized in the avyakt stage? All those who are not, raise your hand. Normally Baba asks that all those who are in the avyakt stage should raise your hand. But then here Baba says, all those who are not, raise your hand. If you are stable in the avyakt stage at this time, if you are beyond the corporeal consciousness, then why are you beyond this consciousness? Why is everyone able to create the same avyakt stage? How is it created? Tricky are these questions, Baba's questions. Because of being in front of Avyakt Bapdada, the stage of all of you became Avyakt. See, the statement itself says a lot. Since you are in front of the Father, all of you can maintain the Avyakt stage. It's not that difficult, it's easy. This Murli is of the year 1972. So maybe Baba must be in the history hall on the stage in front, and each child sitting there might have experienced this. Baba says that because of being in front of the Avyakt Bapdada, the stage of all of you became Avyakt. So in the same way, if you constantly move along, considering yourself to be personally in front of Bapdada, what will your stage be? It will be Avyakt, will it not? I remember while, and I was in Madhuban, and earlier when Dadi Janki was there, she used to come on stage in the evening. She used to come and meet everybody in the Diamond Hall. So Dadi came, and I remember those words when Dadi just made a round with her hand, and then she mentioned that Baba pure hall ka chakkar laga raha hai. That Baba is here, right in this hall. And those words had so much of intoxication. Those words had so much of faith that, those words itself, and of course, Baba's presence at that time, helped creating a very different stage. Of course, when you are in Madhuban, you naturally have a very light stage. But then those words, when Dadi said that Baba is right here, Baba is in front of me. So this helps you create the Avyakt stage automatically. So instead of constantly being personally in front of Bapdada, why do you move along considering Bapdada to be separated or distant from you? You relate or hear the example of Sita, in front of whom did she constantly remain? In front of Ram. To be personally in front does not just mean to be physically present, but you have to constantly remain personally in front of Bab Dada with your intellect. Now, Baba uses the word intellect here because, in the basic course, we've learned that the three organs that the soul has, the mind, intellect, and the sanskars, the very sharp, very powerful tool you can say that the soul has is the intellect. You can bring down the Father with your intellect. You can experience his company with the intellect. So it needs to be clean. Further, Baba says to be personally in front of Bap Dada means to be diverted from Ravan Maya. When you are personally in front of Maya, then the intellect is diverted away from the Father, either in light or in darkness. There cannot be day and there cannot be night as well as that. Both cannot be there simultaneously. So Baba says either you are in front of the Father or you are in front of Maya. So with the most loving relationship, you constantly have the experience of sitting in front of that one, eating with that one, moving along, and having the constant company of that one. Now, just imagine if somebody comes to visit you, and the moment that soul or that person enters your room, sits next to you, the first thing that you catch are the vibrations. We sense the vibes. Even if the person is yet to speak, but then we sense those vibes. We experience it. And we can experience this in the Zoom class as well, because all of us are connected in some way, though virtually, but in some way we are connected, right? And we can sense these vibes. So similar is the case with Baba. The more we keep him close, the more we will be able to experience him and maintain our own stage. Baba says, so can you not constantly stay personally in front of Bap Dada? If you constantly stay in front of Bap Dada, you will constantly be able to have an avyakt stage. So why do you become distant? Do you still play these games of childhood? Some children are such that no matter how much the parents call them close to themselves, because of being mischievous, they go that much further away from the parents. Baba, in a very light and a very jokingly, he says that, are you being mischievous with me? I hope we are not, because all of us wish to be close to Baba, right? And not be away from him. So is this good? By constantly considering yourself to be in front of Bap Dada, you will constantly experience yourself to be an almighty authority. No other almighty authority can attack you who has the almighty authority in front of you. Any other authority, no matter how powerful it is, will not be able to affect us. Why? Because we have the almighty authority in front. If you look at those words, it's the capital A there. It means we have the almighty authority. We have Baba in front. For a moment, you can even practice this exercise right now, that Baba is right in front. Maybe in the avyakt form, maybe if you can visualize the point form, that Baba is there. Baba says, an almighty authority can never be defeated. Nowadays, even those who have temporary authority are so powerful. So those who have almighty authority are those who have all powers. Naturally, that this goes naturally. When you have the Almighty in front, you have his powers. You have him with you, and so you can utilize his powers. Those who have temporary powers will bow their heads in front of those who have all powers. They will not attack you, but they will bow their heads in front of you. Instead of attacking you, they will salute you again and again. So this is our worship-worthy form, the idols that we have. And normally we see people with a lot of power. They go and they bow in front of the Shaktis. So I was just trying to mention that even if people have a lot of power, maybe physical power, maybe the power of the wealth, they bow in front of you. They bow their heads in front of the Shaktis. So do you constantly take every step whilst considering yourself to be an almighty authority? To consider yourself to be an almighty authority means to constantly keep the company of the Almighty Father. Which authority do the people on the path of bhakti have today? That of the scriptures, the Shastra that we read in bhakti. Sorry. They constantly have the scriptures in their intellect. Whatever task they perform, they will keep the scriptures in front of them. They often refer to that, maybe the mantras that they read, or maybe if they're performing any other task. So Baba says they will always keep the scriptures in front of them. They will say, whatever actions we are performing are according to the scriptures. Those who have the authority of the scriptures constantly have the support of the scriptures in their intellect. That is, they have the scriptures in their intellect. Now they have so much of faith in those scriptures, that when they speak very confidently, because they have the intoxication, or maybe they have that support, Baba says. So they have the scriptures in front of them. And what do you have in front of you? The Almighty Father. Baba says that you have the Almighty Father. You need not refer to the scriptures, but you can refer to the Almighty Father himself. Baba is also the gist. Baba is the essence of knowledge. So whatever knowledge maybe is there in the scriptures, Baba is the essence, and we have him with us. When they perform any task, because they have the basis of the scriptures, they perform those actions considering them to be the truth. And no matter how much you try to move them away from the scriptures, they will never let go of their support. In any situation, they will constantly say that they are speaking on the authority of the scriptures, that the scriptures can never be false, and that whatever is in the scriptures is the truth. They have that much unshakable faith. Now, it's their study. They have that knowledge. Maybe they've mastered that skill so they can speak with unshakable faith. And because of that, they do have a lot of respect in the society. Further, Baba says, in the same way, you are those who perform all tasks with the authority of the Almighty Father. You should have this much unshakable faith so that no one is able to shake that faith. Do you have such unshakable faith? Do you constantly remember your authority? Or is it that you forget your own authority when you see the authority of others? Often in the field of seva, or maybe when you meet people with some higher authority, higher position, we do forget. We do forget Baba, and then we come down at times, that how will I be able to speak? How will I be able to share knowledge? They have so much of authority. They have so much of power. So Baba is reminding that do you see the authority of others or you maintain your own authority? Further, Baba says, you are those who are moving on the basis of the most elevated authority of all. Are you not? If you constantly remember this authority, then in your effort, you will never experience the path to be difficult. The effort may seem very easy, not very difficult. No matter how great the task is, with the support of the Almighty Authority, you will experience it to be extremely easy. Before performing any action, keep the authority in front of you, and you will be able to easily judge whether you should perform a particular action or not. Because of having the authority as the basis in front of you, you simply have to copy that one. Is it easy or difficult to copy? Yes or no? You will automatically get the response by keeping the authority in front of you. When Baba says that you will get the response, um, it was just yesterday maybe, um, when Didi just called at the center and she said that you will have to be here. There's some seva. You have to go along with the center in charge, and you need to come there. So I was just wondering that how will I wrap up things, and then at what time will I reach there? And uh, I just randomly, I just said that, Baba, you have to come along wherever we are going. I don't know where we are going or where Didi has to go, but then you have to come along. And immediately after just 2-3 minutes, I felt like Baba saying that you are not going anywhere. No? But then I still got ready. Uh, I still got ready and then planned to go there. But while I was just leaving home to go to the center, I just got this thought again that, you are going to be back in 10 minutes. But then I just said, Baba, we are supposed to go there and there's seva there. But then as soon as I reached center, there was a message from Didi that, we are not going today. And Didi, there was somebody else who was coming to pick up Didi, and maybe they were going somewhere else now. So there was a shift in the plan. And I wasn't informed about it. But then Baba kept, I felt like Baba kept me updated. Baba kept me posted that, Bacha, you're not going anywhere and you'll be back in 10 minutes. And exactly that happened. So when Baba says, these statements that if you have the authority in front of you, when you are in his company, then you will receive responses accordingly, time and again. Further, Baba says, nowadays, science has created such machinery that when you ask it a question, it easily gives you an answer. We have Google today. We have calculators, we have computers. The response to the question is given through the machine, and so you are freed from having to use your intellect. So, in the same way, by keeping the Almighty Authority in front of you, you will easily receive a practical response to whatever questions you have. See, now this is extremely practical, and all of us might have experienced this in some way or the other, right? That we do receive responses from Baba. You will experience the path to be very easy. When someone receives such an easy and elevated support and does not take the benefit of that support, then what would you call that? That one's own weakness, right? So instead of being a weak soul, become a powerful soul and make others the same. By considering yourself to be an almighty authority, you are automatically able to imbibe three main things within yourself. What are those three things? By performing the drill of the intellect, you are able to churn the knowledge you have heard. That is also good. Now see, when we listen to knowledge and we churn, Baba says that it is good. Power increases through that also. Baba here says that you will receive some power, when you will receive power, uh, you will have the knowledge. And when you churn that knowledge, you will definitely receive some power. But then when we look at it in a subtle way, Baba calls the experience the highest authority. Yesterday only I was just discussing, maybe we were discussing it with someone, that Anubhav ki authority, Baba says, that is the highest authority of all, the authority of your own experiences. Yes, no doubt that if you have knowledge, you'll be able to receive Baba's help in some way or the other. But then this experience that you get or that you receive from Baba, it gives you a different sort of authority and the highest authority of all. No matter what kind of authority someone has, even those who have ordinary authority have three things within them. Firstly, the faith. Secondly, the intoxication. And thirdly, fearlessness. Because of having these three things, even when those with that authority are wrong or inaccurate, they speak and move along whilst having such determined faith in their intellect. Baba says, even if they are wrong, but they speak with a lot of faith. To the extent that they have faith, accordingly, they speak with that much intoxication and fearlessness. In the same way, since all of you are the Almighty Authority, when you are those with the most elevated authority of all, how much intoxication should you have? So you should speak with so much faith, then, Baba says. Further, Baba says, and you also have to be fearless. When someone tries to defeat you in any way, will you be able to be defeated if you have as your basis fearlessness, faith, and intoxication? Baba says, when you have all these three in the basis, you will never be defeated because you have the authority then. Because all these three are the basis, are based on the authority that you have, right? Further, Baba says, you will constantly be victorious. The reason for not being victorious is that one aspect of the three is lacking. This is why you are not able to be victorious. So, check to what extent you have these three things in a practical way when taking every step. It is one thing to have total faith in the knowledge and the Father, but whenever you perform actions or speak words, you should have all these three qualifications. Baba says that no doubt you have faith in the Father, you have faith in knowledge, but this should be practical. While you perform actions or while you speak words, these three things should be there. Maybe we can discuss it today. The aspect of the practical is a different matter. See, here comes the authority of your experience, Anubhav ki authority. When you have these three things in your every action and every word, then your every word and every action will reveal the Almighty authority. At present, people consider you to be ordinary. Their authority is the Almighty Father Himself. They do not have this experience as yet. Baba says that you are yet to bring up this experience, where people say that yes, they have the authority with them. They will have this experience when you do not perform any action or speak any word after letting go of this authority. By forgetting the authority, your actions become ordinary. So, all other people experience everything to be ordinary. Now, this is so natural, when you do not have the intoxication in your words or while you speak, it's obvious that the listener will not get to the will not get the correct message, or may seem that it is really ordinary, right? They say this is just like what other ordinary people are doing. What do those who come say as a result of this? They speak about your speciality, but together with this, they will also speak about that which is ordinary in you. They say that it is like this in other organizations also, that you are doing the same as other organizations. They will definitely mention specialities, but then Baba says if you show up or come up in an ordinary form, they'll be able to catch that as well. So this is something ordinary, is it not? They find one or two things to be special, but you haven't yet reached the stage whereby they find every action to be special and not comparable to others. How can any activity of the Almighty Authority be ordinary? There should be the difference of the day and night between the authority of God and the authority of human souls. Now, see, in other organizations, they do not have the authority of God. There is no other God anywhere in any other organization. So they are the human souls who are performing or conducting whatever they have. So Baba says there has to be a difference. There has to be a difference between day and night. Do you experience the difference of the day and night between your words and actions and those of other souls? The difference between day and night is so great that there is no need to explain to anyone that there is this difference. They automatically understand that this is night and this is the day. So since you are those who perform every action on the basis of the Almighty Authority, since you follow every direction, there should be the difference of the day and night visible. There should be such a difference that they immediately understand that this is not an ordinary knowledge, is not ordinary. Only when there is such an influence will you understand that you are revealing your authority. Just as the authority of the scriptures is visible in those who relate the scriptures, in the same way, authority should be revealed in your every word. This is the final stage, is it not? People should be able to recognize the authority from your words, your face, and your activity. In the world nowadays, when some officers of even a little position are engaged in a job, they show their work to be of such authority. They have that intoxication. They perform every task with that intoxication. So they are the ones who have authority of giving limited visions, but this is the alaukic, imperishable authority. So Baba is giving love and remembrance to those who move along whilst keeping the Father with such authority personally in front of them. Baba's Namaste. From us children to our beloved Bab Dada, love-filled remembrance and Namaste. Om Shanti. We shall just take a moment of silence and then we can share the points of the Murli. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. You can unmute and share the points, please. Would anybody like to say something? What has Baba mentioned today? Nothing?
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
So, Baba said, not to forget the Almighty Authority. By forgetting the authority, our actions become ordinary. And therefore, all people, everybody experiences our, everything to be ordinary from outside. So we must, practice while moving along. We need to keep the Almighty Authority with us, personal. Almighty Authority Father with us, and then our action will also become elevated. They should feel that the authority, or we should feel that the authority is personally in front.
Yes.
This is actually a game of intellect, Smriti and Vismriti. So, Smriti, awareness means we are remembering Baba, and Vismriti, forgetting darkness and light.
Yes.
One of them will be present. We cannot, like you mentioned, we cannot have both simultaneously present. Thank you.
Yes, we've also learned, that the intellect is very powerful when it comes to visualizing. So it, you said, yes.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
Yeah, as you were reading the Murli, that word, when the word faith came, and when Baba slowly slipped into what we say, the scriptural authority, something flashed in my mind. I remember when I was young and as I studied in a convent, there was a thing called as the word. And we were made to believe the word is the word of the Lord. And the word, if you believe in it, you can reveal goodness and bring goodness around, and you can reveal God. So, and they always believed the word to be nothing but the spiritual laws and how to reveal God. But here, why? Because they had the word, because to get closer to God was a process. It was not easy for me to just go, come on, let me go in and get connected to God. But over here, Baba is saying, for you, it's like you showed in the picture. It's like God is just close to you. It may the knowledge makes you so close to God, so close to God. You can hold his hands and you can go about. Such authority you have. So you don't need any other premise or any other word. That presence and that knowledge and that kind of intoxication which I have, because the Almighty Authority is with me, in front of me, behind me, above me. So that is the only difference I could get between what I learned when I was young about the word of the Lord and the authority of Baba. I think that's the intoxication we should feel. God himself is coming down and saying, I am there. No need for you to go anywhere. So that gives me like a child, when the child is being thrown up, it never gets fear because it will be held. Such kind of fearlessness I have in me because I have a faith in me, I have an intoxication in me. I think this is what keeps me closer to that stage. I just was comparing, so I just felt, a little bit intoxicated to know what has Baba really given us. Om Shanti.
Very true, very true. Very wonderfully explained and shared. Thank you. Beautiful. Yes. Would anybody else like to add on to anything? You would like to share anything? Om Shanti.
So I look at this Murli's extension of yesterday's Murli, where Baba is talking about what are the ways in which we can experience the Avyak stage. And at the beginning of the Murli today, he mentions that only when we stabilize ourselves through our intellect connected to the Avyak Bab Dada would we be able to celebrate and take the essence of the knowledge that we're getting from Baba. So the point for me to take it here and practice is while listening to Murli, stabilize myself in that soul conscious space, which by default mode, at times we get into that mode of it's 8:15 and I have to leave and get back to work. Just moving out of that thought and being there in the moment, experiencing this point of soul consciousness, the Avyak stage, and celebrate that all the time is my takeaway from this Murli. Om Shanti.
Yes, yes. Thank you, sister. Okay. Would anybody else like to add on? Would like to share something? No?
Sister, I just have a question. Sorry, please go ahead.
Please.
Yes, Girija sister, you can go ahead.
Madhu Ben is there. Please let her share.
Okay, Madhu sister.
Please, you continue. You continue, then I'll. Please.
Sister, I was just saying, see, Baba, you spoke about the Google, right? The missionary. Let me be one thing which is there. See, the computer is definitely, if I press the Google, whatever is fed in it, like they say, garbage in, garbage out. That's what is the computer thing. So whatever is fed in that Google, and then when I press on my question, automatically that comes. Now, how, for me, my Baba is my Google. But how can I have the thing? Yes, whatever has come out is the word of the Lord. Because sometimes I think my own dictates, like as if this is the reply I'm looking for. This is what is there in mind. It creates a kind of doubts. Then I have to go to some other search engines to see, hey, is this okay? So what is that line? I have intoxication. I have faith. But how to be 100% think, yes, this is what this touching is Baba's. Because sometimes we are at a crossroad.
Yes, yes. I believe this comes slightly with a lot of practice. I mean, it seems easy, but then this needs practice. If while you were speaking, an example just came to my mind. While we learn magic tricks, so it depends that how much are we practicing. How much are we utilizing those tricks. And how that will enhance the skill, or that will bring newness. I will be able to learn new things, or maybe I will be able to create magic easily at that time. Okay, so similar is this thing. How much am I utilizing Baba in each and every thing? Time and again, am I aware that how much, honestly, to me personally, this comes like, how much am I using his powers? So he is also ready that, yes, I need to go and I need to help. If I realize this after a lot of time that, oh, I was supposed to call Baba, oh, I was supposed to do this, but then I did that. And this comes very late to me. So maybe I'm weak in my practices at that time then. Anybody else would like to add?
Just why I asked the question, because in practice, what happens yesterday, see, my milkman didn't come. So yesterday, if you remember the blessing, it was given that you have to be everyone happy, not just giving sorrow. what I did, I just took the phone and I just not blasted him. I said, what is this? Every time you do this, such a great thing and all, really you're becoming, a sort of, I was not good in my language, I think, because I was really desperate. Then I just came down up for meditation. Baba said, see, one soul you have created like that. I said, but Baba, I am not wrong. How can you say that? See, that person didn't come and I didn't have milk. So Baba said, no, nothing doing. You just message him and say, okay, aaj nahi aaya, kal aaya. I said, Baba, that's not fair. He said, no, if you have faith in me, do that. And I did that. I just thought I should share. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Now see, all the powers that Baba is giving us, we need to utilize those here itself. In such scenarios, when such scenarios come in front of me, I personally feel that it is all the powers, maybe the power to face, the power to tolerate, everything has to be brought in here. We are not going to take these powers somewhere else, or we will not be able to use them later on, maybe in Satyuga, maybe in any other age. So slightly, but then yes, this comes through practice. As we say, that perfection requires a lot of practice. All of us are practicing that. Would anybody like to add on to anything? Would like to say something? Would like to add on to sister's question that she asked, or whatever she shared? Anyone? No, Madhu sister, you wanted to speak something?
Om Shanti Didi.
Shanti.
Beautiful, Murli. And starting was also very beautiful. I was recalling that picture that was on the screen, and I was visualizing as if I am with my father. And how beautifully Father says not to be away from the parent and always remain personally in front of that one father. And today Baba is telling us not to be mischievous and be always in front of Baba. And very true that experience the authority of your own experiences. And today Baba has confirmed in this Murli that really I'm always with you. You can you can have your own experiences, and faith, intoxication, and fearlessness. These three things are there when we are all constantly with our Father. So beautiful, Murli. And at last, Baba is telling that alokik, this authority is alokik and imperishable authority. Means each word, each line is so beautiful, and we were visualizing the whole Murli. And really beautiful, Murli. Thank you so much, Didi, and beautifully read. Thank you.
Thank you, Om Shanti. When you speak, about the authority, this connects me to the authority of experience. Yesterday also, I guess we were just discussing it with someone that it is time and again little things. When you start experiencing that, yes, I have His hand with me, and then gradually when it comes to believing, as Gereja sister also mentioned, that how will I be able to catch His touchings? So when we start to experience Him in little things, maybe while leaving for work, maybe at work, maybe when coming back, Baba needs to be there, in little things. So then I believe the intellect uh, starts connecting and starts learning that, this is the way I will be able to get or receive touchings from the Father, directly from the Father. Because see, 2 days back, I remember Baba shared, there was, it was in the Vardhan, I believe, that uh, you have to be like the sunflower, right in front of the Father, facing the Father, facing the ocean of knowledge. And that reminded me a very simple line that, Baba, while I was just sitting in yoga, I just said, Baba, without your light, Without your might, the soul is not able to do anything. The soul will not be able to do anything. Since we all were in darkness before Baba came, and this is a fact that we didn't have this knowledge. We didn't know how to receive his touchings. We didn't know how to experience his almighty authority. He came and he taught us. So it is the rays of the ocean of knowledge that bring light into the soul, and then the soul is actually able to face or look or be in front of him always. So would anybody else like to add on to anything, would like to share anything? You can go ahead, please. No? No one? Okay. Raki sister, shall we move towards the meditation then?
Yes, sister.
Okay. Now, before we move on, would request all of you to, all of us probably, that take this as a homework, that experience being in front of the Father today. Maybe in the point form, maybe in the Avyakt form, however, maybe Bap Dada combined, maybe however you feel like, but then this should be there. Then tomorrow you will have to also share because Baba today underlined the fact, right, that it is the experience that has the highest authority of all. Om Shanti. Let's sit back. Looking at myself in silence. Looking at my true self. I am the child, the master, and my Father is right in front of me. The ocean of knowledge, the almighty authority. Baba's light gradually reflects my own self in front of me, my own nature, my mind, my intellect, and my sanskars. Baba's light is gradually helping me to move from darkness to light, to peace, to bliss, and closer to my own self, closer to my avyakt stage. Baba's company, Baba's presence is making me fearless with his faith, with the intoxication that I have the almighty authority with me always. I will move along today with Baba, and I will try to experience Baba's company, Baba's light in whatever I do. I will have Baba with me today, and this will take me absolutely closer to my original stage, my avyakt stage. Thank you, Baba. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Deepika Ben. Thank you, Divine Family. And with the homework that Sister has put across to us, we experience being in the Avyak stage, and we shall meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.